Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to video 27. This is IFRS 5, non-current assets held for sale and discontinued operation. This is applicable for both FR and SBR students. Now, what is a discontinued operation? A discontinued operation is a component of an entity that either has been disposed or is classified as held for sale, and it represents a separate major line of business or geographical area of operation, part of a single coordinator plane to dispose a separate major line of business or geographical area, subsidiary acquired exclusively with a V2 resale. All these things, either they are classified as held for sale or they are discontinued operation. IFRS 5 says that a non-current assets that is held for sale, okay, you have to measure it using the rule of IFRS 5 if it is held for sale. Now, disposal group. What is a disposal group? See, either you are disposing a non-current asset or you are disposing a disposal group. Disposal group means it's a group of assets. With it, you have liabilities also, which you are going to sell together in a single transaction, not in installments. In one single group, you are going to sell all these assets. That's why it's known as disposal group. Okay. So asset can only be classified as held for sale. See, in IFRS 5, this is that key area which is likely to be tested if ever they ask you IFRS 5. IFRS 5 is not asked in every exam, but you can say it is asked in, you can say the way it is asked is in moderation. Not too much also, not too less also. Okay. This criteria that when it can be classified as held for sale, this criteria can be tested. Okay. If they meet all of the criteria, not just one, all the criteria if they are meeting, it is classified as held for sale. First criteria, management has to have a commitment that they have to sell. Next, the asset or the disposal group is available for immediate sale in its present condition. You don't have to do too much change. Okay, you don't have to wait too long before selling it. In whatever the condition it is, you can sell it immediately. Third, sale is highly probable and it is expected to be complete within a year from the date of classification. Next, the asset is actively marketed for sale at a reasonable price compared to its fair value. And it is unlikely that there will be a significant change which will make you to withdraw your plan. That means you will not back off. Once you have made the decision you are going to sell, you will sell it. So if these 5 criteria are met, your asset is classified as held for sale. Remember, it will no longer be recorded under non-current assets. It will become under your current assets. So if the criteria are met after your after the statement of financial position date, but before the accounts are authorized for issue, asset will not be classified as for sale, but you will rather disclose this information because this is after the statement of financial position date you are meeting the criteria. Okay. Now, how do you measure? You will measure an asset classified as held for sale at the lower of its carrying amount and fair value less cost to sell. So first you will take the carrying amount, compare it with the fair value minus cost to sell. Whichever is lower, that is your amount that you will take. Asset classified as held for sell, you will not depreciate them because they become a current asset now. It doesn't matter whether you are still using that asset in the organization or not. You will not depreciate it. Now, how do you present? IFRS 5 says information about discontinued operation. Either you can present on the statement of profit and loss as a single amount. So this compromises profit or loss from discontinued operation. You will often see in your statement, profit and loss statement, that there is one line that says profit or loss from discontinued operation. And often this line comes after profit and loss from continuing operation. Remember, whenever you have a discontinued operation, you have to write profit and loss from continuing operation and discontinued operation separately. Okay. Any gain and loss because you are doing fair value. And when you have any fair value under any standard, you always have to, what do? Remeasure. So because of that, there will be gain and loss because of the changes in the fair value. This will not come when you're measuring at cost. This only comes for all those standards where fair value is used. And almost always, all the IFRS standards you will see fair value is used. Cost value, very rarely. Subsequent measurement is mostly fair value. So gain or loss on the measurement to fair value less cost to sale or on the disposal of the discontinued operation, you will record in the statement of profit and loss. These are the exam kit questions for SBR students that they have to do. Okay, that is Corwell, Larius, Skyzer, MC, Bismuth, Symbol, Colette, Agency Group, Renshu, Bohai, Jesse. Now, let me tell you, all these questions are not on IFRS 5. And IFRS 5 is the last standard that is going to cover non-current asset, because before this I've covered the other standards which is covering non-current assets. They are your IS 16, IS 20, IS 23, IS 40, IS 38, and now IFRS 5. So all your investment property, intangible asset, non-current asset, non-current assets held for sale, borrowing costs, government grant, all these are various type of different assets. So all these standards are covered in this question. It is not just IFRS 5. That's why you will see there are so many questions. So that's why it's best to do all these questions for you to get a handover in your non-current assets section. With this, I end this video here. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you in the next standard. Again, a very important standard, because it is relating to another major standard which will come later up, which is IFRS 7, financial instrument disclosure. So thank you for watching.